Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, I'm continuing through my Stephen King marathon. I'm going through all the sort of smaller films and miniseries that I maybe watched once or saw in the cinema once and didn't really return to. They're not sort of the classics that I return to, like some of his earlier hits and some of the other ones like It and Storm of the Century and stuff like that. Um, I just watched Desperation. Desperation is a 2004 movie that wasn't screened until 2006. It was done by ABC, cost $12 million. Unfortunately, they waited all that time and still managed to put it up against American Idol, so it only got 7.5 million viewers. Stephen King wasn't very happy. They could have put it on another night, but I don't know why they did that. It's a 2 hour movie, 2 hour plus movie, depending on which zone you're in or if it's interlaced or whatever. Our movies tend to be a little bit longer than American movies, so I think it's 2 hours and 10 for our DVDs, but I think the American version is 2 hours and 5. It's interesting. It starts off with a couple driving through the desert. They're arrested by Ron Perlman, who's the sheriff, and he kills the husband, kidnaps the wife, throws her in jail with a bunch of other people that he's got in the jail for no reason. There's a couple of parents and a child who are in different cells, and there's an old man who lives in the town, and he's basically just leaving them there so he can go out and hunt new people. So he finds a writer who is motorcycling through the desert. He's got a bunch of speaking engagements. He's a writer. He's got a roadie who's travelling behind him in a van with his sound equipment. That guy is played by Steven Weber, and he's named Steve. He picks up a girl called Cynthia. The writer gets picked up and taken in as well. Cynthia and Steve eventually go into the town separately. Now, the mother is taken away because the interesting part, because at first you just think the guy's a psycho, but then you realise that he's actually possessed by a demon called Tak, which apparently is an earth demon, which was unearthed when they were mining in the town, because it's a mining town. So his body's decaying. He's probably not the first person that he's possessed. So he takes the mother away to possess her body, and the boy eventually escapes by literally soaping himself up, comes back with a gun, kills the dog, because there was a dog guarding them so they couldn't leave as well as being in jail. They had a dog in the room, so they couldn't even try to escape in theory. They go out into the town, and what they find, well, they meet up with Cynthia and Steve, and what they found is that the whole town is dead. Everyone's been killed, and the town is full of animals like spiders and snakes and like a cougar and crows, and they're all eyes of the demon, basically. Now, the writer is played by Tom Skerritt. He actually met this spirit before, and it blew up a whole, when he was in Vietnam, it blew up a whole bar full of Westerners and like people who were there to fight the war and that. And he didn't help. He didn't call out, run, help or anything. He just ran himself. He didn't tell anyone what was happening. He just ran out and the bar blew up. And he's been living with that guilt. He was an alcoholic. And his way of dealing with that is he decides that he's going to destroy the demons. So they work out it came from the mine because basically the mine was opened up about 120 years before, and right away there was an incident where they opened up a section and they had Chinese workers, and they found this demon in like a glowing sort of cavern, and it came out as smoke. It started possessing them. They started killing everyone. 2 people survived by basically throwing like a giant cart full of rocks and that into like some pillars and causing a cave-in. They were charged with sabotaging the mine and were killed, but they also had the demon in them apparently, and he swore he would come back. Now, nothing seemed to happen in the town for a while. It seemed to be a normal mining town until they opened up the mine again. And then, I guess, he started possessing people. And he had a good vessel with the police, the chief. He killed a lot of people, pretty much killed everyone in the town except for that one guy he put in jail. I'm not sure why. Now, eventually, the wife tries to possess Cynthia, and before she can do that, I think it's David was the name of the Tom Skerritt character. He goes into the mine and basically blows it up, and I guess traps the spirit again. At the end, we see some smoke coming up, and they think that it's going to come for them again, but it doesn't. And that is the end. And when they're leaving, there was a bit of a questioning God element of the story. And the child was all about praying, and the David character didn't believe in God, but he'd left a signed book for him to find at the end of the film to show that there is an afterlife and there is a spirit in that. So that was part of the story I could have done without, but other than that, it was good. I liked the spirit angle. The town was creepy, everyone being killed and everything. At first, you just think it's a psycho cop story, and then it turns out to be a possession story, and I liked it. I don't know why I didn't think higher of it when I first saw it, and why I haven't watched it since, but I will watch it again. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.